Time is up. Time to switch positions now. Cuevas, Querétaro, you have 10 minutes now to confront and refute the argument of Miss Mexico.
Okay, I'm going to suppose that the barrier will work. The 700 miles will work. So, do you think that won't stop illegal immigration? That won't. For certain, they will go and look for other places. It's not logic to say that by building this wall, that indeed will stop illegal immigration. It's not logic to say so, because the United States has all the way around so they can enter other countries.
Permission to reply?
Can you say something?
We are not discussing we're not saying it's gonna be stopped. The United States only wants to curb it, and so it's not so big. It's illogical to say it will be stopped, but the border will make it less immigrants crossing to the United States illegally.
Your position says that it will definitely stop the illegal immigration. And when you said also that the Canadian and Mexican border were completely different, by the NAFTA they should be exactly the same. They have the same rights to cross whenever they want. They don't have, here in Mexico we don't have the free cross from Mexico to the United States. From Canada, you can go and go whenever you want.
Permission to reply?
First of all, NAFTA was signed several years before the September 11th attacks. Such a situation was not even contemplated within the structure of NAFTA. It is a situation that has definitely changed the relationships between the three countries, and it is a situation that has changed political, diplomatic, social, economical, political relationships between the three countries. Furthermore, that just as a fact, there are illegal Canadians living in the United States, and not just a few of them, but a rather large number, in the thousands actually.
When we asked you who will build the border wall, you said that it was going to be built by the United States government. So, yes, but the people that is going to construct the wall, the people that is going to be working as a slave, because that's the way they treat us from there, it's going to be people who years ago were illegal immigrants. So the economy of the United States has been decreasing in a large amount by the illegal immigration. So to stop illegal immigration will decrease the United States economy. And on the other hand, when we talk about the political party responsible for putting the border security, the political party that is going to build this will have problems with the people by voting. Why? Because the Mexican and Hispanic people who now live in the United States of America, now they have the right to vote. And by voting, they won't vote for that political party because they're just blocking for this country. They're blocking for where they live. And they are blocking to the rest of the continent, because this is not a matter of Mexico and the United States. This is a matter of the United States and Latin America.
Permission to reply? All right. You mentioned that Mexicans in the United States are allowed to work. That may be a very, very small percentage of them. It is the fastest growing demographic right now in the United States. But it doesn't mean that the 12 to 20 million illegal immigrants are allowed to vote. As a matter of fact, recently in California, they barred them from getting driver's license. Saying that they're allowed to vote is completely, it's not true at all.
You think that the border will work, but that's wrong. The border will not work. The border is not going to work. It is going to affect the relations between Mexico and the United States. And here I have some copies of the New York Times. It was published a month ago, and it says that the diplomatic relations of Mexico and the United States will be affected by the building of the wall. And besides, on the other sources that I got, I haven't found any source that says that it's going to work. It's not going to work. It's just a waste of money, a waste of relations with one country that has helped a lot, like has been Mexico to the United States. They're just going to go to the diplomatic relations. It's not going to work, and we'll have some problems with Mexico. Let's remember all the business that Mexico has in the United States. And United States, a lot of people have been making a lot of money because of the business that they have done with Mexico, the lower prices and all that. So United States will not be good by doing these deals. It's really important.
Permission to reply?
Go ahead.
The money that's the U.S. problem. And also the border will be very effective. It's a state-of-the-art wall that includes cameras, night vision. It's a very modern wall that will be effective against immigration.
But let's be realistic. The United States is the most important country in the world, yes, the most powerful, yes. But the United States also has regions with a lot of poor people. So why don't the United States use their money for helping their people instead of affecting other people? So that's the thing, that's the problem. And returning to the thing, the diplomatic relations between Mexico and the United States, of course that will be affected. Yes, they will be affected because Mexico, the Mexican politics will be affected totally and humiliated. This is not a reason of a neighbor. You cannot wait this for a neighbor that has been doing business a lot with you, with presidents have been doing a lot of business together, and all that stuff. So while the United States,
Permission to
but the
reply?
United States deals.
Reply.
You said that there are also many poor Americans. So the more illegal immigrants there are stealing the jobs from those poor Americans, there are just going to be more poor Americans instead of them having jobs.
There are over 15 million poor, unemployed people in the United States and 12 to 20 million illegal immigrants. Doing simple math, it is obvious that there are more jobs held by illegal immigrants that could be held, theoretically, by the poor people of America. The wall, additionally to securing the border and providing additional security by curbing illegal immigration, will also provide the chance for wages to improve in the United States of America. For people that have low-paying jobs, will get possibly a higher pay, and it will create new positions for American unemployed people.
You said that the NAFTA was dated before the 9/11 attack. Now, that the attack means affected our own relations, and it even wasn't directed to us like a World War. If this happens, that is the building of the wall, and you said yourself it was, then we can only assume that the relationship will be affected, because it will be directed directly to us.
Like we said previously, the United States is more important to Mexico than Mexico is to the United States. It is in the best interest of Mexico to maintain good diplomatic relationships, whatever the situation and whatever the United States does. Mexico depends strongly on funds sent from the United States. Mexico depends strongly on the American economy, and it is very obvious that Mexico needs good diplomatic relationships with the United States, regardless of a wall.
But it is said that it's the blame of both. I mean, there's a blaming game going on. Mexico says that the United States fault for needing so much cheap labor force for expanding their territory, and the United States blames Mexico for not providing the conditions for its own citizens to stay in its own place of residence. So there's no really blame here. There's only going like a ping pong ball, going on and on and on and on.
And besides that, in your argument, you said that the United States has a lot of enemies. What does it mean to have a country as an enemy? That means to have problems with diplomatic relations. So, by doing this border wall, the only thing that they will get is to get diplomatic relations problems with Mexico. And why to do that? Why to get another enemy? So it's not certain, it's not good. That will not give any good results to the United States to win the war.
permission to reply? We will not become the United States' enemy by them building a wall, protecting their country. Believe me, we will not become their enemy.
It's not a matter of becoming their enemy. It is a matter that breaks up the relationship that hasn't benefited the both countries. It's a matter of being humiliated by one of the countries that have been helping you and you have been helped from. So it's because of this.
Okay, so let's understand, time is up.